The joy of bearing a child is one that every parent looks forward to with excitement. After the birth of a child, it's the parent's wish for that infant to develop and function fully. But what happens when that desire never really becomes a reality? Well, we'll find out in our latest JoyNews Hotline documentary, Born Special, produced by Beryl Ernestina Richter. Now, this documentary put the spotlight on the struggles and challenges faced by families of children living with cerebral palsy in Ghana.
In Africa, there are many children with cerebral palsy. The numbers are not known for certain, but the World Health Organization estimates that it is likely that every one child in every 300 will have it. This is because maternity services are quite often poor and mothers do not get enough care before and during the birth of the baby. Cerebral palsy is caused by abnormal development of the brain or damage to the developing brain that affects the child's ability to control his or her muscles. 55-year-old Comfort Laye lives at Labadi. Comfort is married with 3 children. Her second child, Michael Ablo, has cerebral palsy. The burden of care for children with this kind of disability can sometimes be heavy as carrying the weight of the world.
Lady be a face or me mosquito net. And I'm calling one of Bissam say, Aquarani be an pan and an agent when I'm going so the oats pan. No, so oats be brave, faint or better, sir. No, they are brave. No, mammy time to following day and me quite some call you oats. No, catch me say. Obi abani fi abeka ni say nkwala we no say o boa o mo aduane di a wo wo ba wo so ba wo binti nipa ne say mo mama up to now me friend na on fa me dru won po a on bisa me say akwala no po wo fe say omo nim ye free nyina omo adwene ne say wo say akwala no fi me life ama obi o me hu bia hu ne say o ye bad luck wo abraboni.
Unlike other conditions which require 1 or 2 medical professionals to manage, cerebral palsy involves a lot of specialists like ophthalmologist, occupational therapist, speech therapist, orthopedic specialist, among others. According to Professor Beidu, the burden of care imposed on these parents require that they get serious attention by healthcare professionals, especially psychologists.
These are parents who have come to the end. There is no help. It has affected them, which we don't appreciate, and so they sink. And then that is it. You need to end things. Nobody likes suffering. Who wants to suffer forever? You want to end suffering. If you are very hungry, you solve it by looking for food. So it's the same thing. Why have they come to that end? That is what we should be looking at. If they had clear explanations, a lot of times, believe me, you may not know that they do not fully understand even what condition they have. When you just go and say cerebral palsy, it's not an easy thing to even understand. So whether we like it or not, as a country, we would produce children with special needs. I do not think it's fair on parents to take that burden on its own.
That's just an excerpt of Born Special, a documentary produced by Beryl Ernestina Richter. She joins me in the studio for a very brief discussion on this documentary. Beryl, you've produced a lot of pieces, let me put it. You have features on children with special needs. What's the inspiration? Why focus in that area?
The inspiration, I would say first, it comes from my interaction with some of these mothers. So a first-hand experience of what they go through, then also to drive the campaign or drive the awareness that we have these children in our society. What can we do to help them? because their caregivers or their parents are really going through a lot.
Interesting. And that last statement made by Dr. Badu, Beidou, thank you. He talks about the fact that the parents should not bear the cost, if I may put it, whether financial, emotional, whatever it is. They shouldn't bear it alone. Tell us what more we're going to see in this documentary with regards to highlighting the kind of support systems that we have in Ghana for children like these.
In the documentary, you see one of the women called Mavis. I'll say she's a strong woman, but at times it's like she loses her strength because at times she feels she can no longer endure the hardship. So in my interaction with her, she told me she has tried a number of times to end it all, that is kill herself and if possible kill the child, because she wants to work, but you can't leave the child and go and work. And here's the case, there's nobody for you to leave the child with. So what do you do? So in this case, these parents are basically helpless with no help in sight. You know, our country, the absence of support systems for these children. And as Professor Beidou mentioned, these parents need critical attention, especially by a psychologist, because we need somebody to maybe visit them regularly, find out how these parents are doing, what's wrong with their mental health state, and a whole lot.
I always like to ask this question. What do you hope to achieve with this piece of work?
With this piece of work, I hope to, first of all, create more awareness about the condition, then also, if possible, influence government to put in place sustainable policies that will help support these women, and also create more support systems for these women, because it's not an easy task caring for a child, say a normal child. So the question you ask yourself, how do these parents manage when caring for a disabled child? Because even a normal child is not, in quote, it's not easy caring for. No, how much more a child who is disabled, who has difficult challenges you have to cope with daily.
We definitely will have conversations on this and influence, hopefully, policymakers to look at this very essential part of our society. Thank you very much, Beryl and Estina Rita, for producing this. You make a date today at 8:30 p.m. on the JoyNews channel for Born Special, a documentary focusing on children living in Ghana with cerebral palsy. Thank you very much once again.